Sorenya ndak barasan, ndak takuti sampai di dada. Ngana kira tamu cemburu dengan apa pasangan baru.
Hi, I am Buffy Karang and this is the Luzon team. Now let's listen to every information about the historic landmark in Luzon. Let's start with the meaning of NHCP and follow it up with the top 10 historic landmarks in Luzon.
The National Historical Commission of the Philippines, or NHCP, was established in 1972 as the National Historical Institute, with the goal of bringing together the varied activities of several historical bodies. NHCP is currently responsible for the conservation and preservation of the country's historical legacy as a result of Republic Act 10,086. Its main focuses are historical studies, curatorial work, architectural conservation, Philippine heraldry, historical information distribution activities, and the restoration and preservation of relics and mementos of heroes and other notable Filipinos.
The first landmark I choose is the mansion in Benguet, formerly called the Mansion House. In 1908, the mansion was built as a summer home for U.S. Governor Generals who were the American administrators for the Philippines. The mansion also was destroyed in 1945 during the battle for the liberation of the Philippines. In 1947, the Philippine government rebuilt and improved the structure, and since then, it has been used by various Philippine presidents whenever they come up to Baguio City for their official visits and engagements. The mansion also served as the seat of the second session of Economic Commission of Asia and the Far East in 1947. It has also been the site of the first meeting of the Southeast Asia Union, which was popularly known as the Baguio Conference of 1950, conceived and convened by Philippine President Elpidio Quirino. Let's proceed and discover the hidden beauty of Rodriguez House by Renisha Ahmed.
Made her the second historic landmark in Luzon, Rodriguez House. Don Catalino Rodriguez Ancestral House, also known as Villa Saria, is one of the three houses declared by the National Historical Institute, now called the National Historical Commission of the Philippines, as Heritage House in Saria, Quezon. It was owned by Don Catalino Rodriguez, Saria's town president, mayor during the American occupation period from 1908 to 1999. The house occupies an interblock near the Church Park. The Don Catalino Rodriguez House, or today known as Villa Saria, was built in the style of Bahay na Bato, as a 19th century townhouse. A Bahay na Bato, literally translated, the stone house, is characterized by stone or brick supported lower level and hardwood in upper level. The rooms of the house are finished with beautiful art, wall paintings, and wood carvings, while the bathrooms were equipped with European and American bathroom fixtures. To complement the grandiose design of mansion, original furniture and fixtures were imported from Europe and United States. Don Catalino Rodriguez Ancestral House is listed as one of the ancestral houses in the Philippines.
I'm Clyde M. S. Aninion. Here is the Juan Luna Shrine. The Juan Luna Shrine is a reconstruction of the two-story house in which the patriot and foremost Filipino painter were born on October 24, 1857. It is said that the original house burned down in 1861. But it was fortunate that ruins remained in the place, which serves as the basis for the reconstruction of the shrine. His old home was turned into a place of heaven of all the old stuff that belongs to him and his family. Paintings, clothes, objects, and a lot more. All these provide the tourists with a deeper understanding of what life and way of living looked during his time. Visitors often come out of the place feeling renewed as well as strong in the aspect of nationalism. They think that the more they know about history, the more they develop an intense feeling towards their motherland.
Hello, ma'am. My name is Christian Argilius, and I will be reporting the fourth landmark of Luzon, which is the Corregidor Island. Corregidor Island is the small 4 square miles and 5 square kilometers island part of the province of Cavite. Has long been considered as natural fortress. The Spanish fortified in the 18th century when it was used as a regeneration corregidor site for the ship entering the bay. After the Spanish-American War, the island became a U.S. military station and elaborate system of tunnels and emplacement was constructed. When Japan invaded the Philippines in December 1941, General Douglas MacArthur chose Bataan and Corregidor Island as a major defense position. Bataan fell on April 9, 1942, and Corregidor Island became the last outpost of the organized resistance in this island. Lieutenant Jonathan M. Wainwright and his forces repelled the invaders of 27 days until May 16, 1942, when they were forced to surrender Corregidor Island to Lieutenant Huma Masaharo. U.S. forces reached the island in 1945.
Malabrigo Lighthouse, also known as Faro de Punta Malabrigo, is a historic lighthouse located about 115 kilometers southeast of Manila in Barangay Malabrigo, Lobo, Batangas, Philippines. Completed and lit in 1896, it is one of the oldest working lighthouses in the Philippines as well as the best preserved lighthouse in the country. It serves as a guide for ships passing through the Verde Island Passage going to either Batangas Bay or Sibuyan Sea.
Hello, good day. Let's talk about Taal Historical Landmark. The town of Taal was founded by Augustinian friars in 1572. The town transferred later to the edge of Domingo Lake, now Taal Lake, in 1575. In 1754, Taal volcano erupted, endangering the town of Taal, which stood at present-day San Nicolas. In 1955, the northern barrios of San Nicolas, Gipit, Banigen, Pansipit, Kalangay, Sinturisan, Talang, Abilo, Balite, Bangkora, Saimsim, Maabod, Mulawin, Tambo, Kalumala, Alasas, Kalawit, and Pulangbato were separated from Taal and formed into municipality of San Nicolas. Taal is famous for its old ancestral houses. One particular ancestral house, now a museum, where Marcela Coronel de Agoncillo, known as the mother of Philippine flag, grew up in Taal, Batangas, built in 1770s by her grandparents. The municipality is known as the Balisong and Barong Tagalog capital of the Philippines. The town is home to hundreds of heritage structures dating from the Spanish colonial period, and scholars have been pushing for its inclusion in the UNESCO World Heritage List. And that's all for Taal Historical Landmark.
Hello, ma'am. The historic landmark of Luzon that I have chosen is Casa Real. Casa Real is one of the oldest public buildings in the Philippines and served as the provincial seat of government of Lingayen, Pangasinan during the Spanish occupation. It was here that the alcalde mayor served as both the provincial governor and the court of first instance judge. The National Historical Commission of the Philippines designated it as a national landmark, describing it as an exceptional and unique example of civil architecture from the Spanish and American colonial periods. When Typhoon Cosme knocked the roof of the building in 2008, the local offices that were housed there left. The Pangasinan provincial government has already set up cash for its repair, which would form it into a museum. The 1,480 square meter two-story Casa Real, consisting of stone masonry and bricks, was built in the 1840s and stands at the Municipal Plaza. When the Spanish forces under native recruits were fighting the Katipuneros, it became a staging area for them. It was known as Capitol during the American period and functioned as the governor's office on February 16, 1901. When Judge William Howard Taft and his commissioners arrived in Lingayen, Pangasinan, they were greeted with lavish welcome at Casa Real. After the Taft Commission established Pangasinan as a civil province, this occurred. The provincial government seat was subsequently moved to what is currently the Pangasinan Provincial Capitol Building in 1918. That's all, ma'am.
The Church of Tamawini is also known as the Church of San Matias is one of the proudest treasure that Isabela has. It was built in year 1783 and completed by 1805. The most famous feature of the church is cylindrical bell tower or cake bell tower. It is the only one of its kind here in the country. From afar, the exterior of the church is noticeable because of the firm of the red bricks that were used as its foundation. The uniqueness of the church may have probably came from some of the damage it took during the war. The damage was repaired but it still did leave some distinct charm and appeal. Explore the design and details of the church and the bell tower. Both are connected by a bridge. The redness of the church and the pale white color of the bell tower creates a complementing contrast. The bell tower is actually similar to a wedding cake because of the interior look it has. The whole bell tower looks like it has been ringed and beads and laces. All are perfectly aligned and carefully placed. The paint of the bell tower is fading. Some may think that the fading paint deducts from its beauty. However, for me, it adds the character to the whole place.
I am Esel Casio, sharing to all of you a brief history of one of the landmarks of Northern Luzon, province of Bataan, is the Mount Samat National Shrine. Along with the fortified island of Corregidor, Mount Samat was the site of the most vicious battle against the Japanese Imperial Army in 1942 during the Battle of Bataan, suffering heavy losses against the Japanese all over Luzon. Filipino and American soldiers retreated to Bataan Peninsula to regroup for a last valiant but futile stand. This retreat, the Bataan, is part of a United States strategy known as War Plan Orange. The shrine was conceived as a fitting memorial to the heroic struggle and sacrifices of the soldiers who fought and died in that historic bastion of freedom. The memorial shrine complex was started with the laying of the cornerstone by President Marcos on April 14, 1966.
Landmark is also known as the Bana ni Plaridel, Shrine of Plaridel, after Del Pilar's pen name Plaridel, located at Sitio Kupang, Barangay San Nicolas, Bulacan. The shrine is the former site of the House of the Del Pilar clan. Currently, the shrine is under the management of the National Historical Commission of the Philippines. The historical landmark was declared as a national shrine on July 7, 2006 upon the insurance of the National Historical Institute or NHI, now National Historical Commission of the Philippines or NHCP, of the Board Resolution Number 1 S 2006, and from herein was known as Marcelo H. Del Pilar Shrine. Now, let us dig deeper into Luzon historical landmarks and enjoy learning what they're best for, starting the mansion, all the way to Bataan Mount Summit National Shrine.
Mansion. Mansion is a site that can be mesmerizing and pleasing to watch, not only on the outside with its amazing view and wide lawn, but the interior design as well, with its mini museum that can be jaw-dropping. This mansion may be old but extravagant, to look, and its exquisite design are worth to watch and admire. Arat na sa Benguet, Baguio City.
The Don Catalino Rodriguez House, or today known as Villa Saria, was built in the style of Bahay Bato. A Bahay na Bato literally translated as stone house. From the entrance, the grand staircase with wood balusters is the main feature that greets every visitor. Thank you!
Corregidor Island is a rocky island in Luzon, Philippines, strategically placed at the mouth of Manila Bay, immediately south of Bataan Province. It is a national shrine dedicated to the fight waged there during World War II by U.S. and Filipino forces against overwhelming numbers of Japanese.
The Juan Luna Shrine is a reconstruction of the house in which the painter was born in 1857. The museum displays antique furniture, vintage photographs, and personal memorabilia of the Luna family, and reproductions of Luna artworks, Spolarium, and El Pacto de Sangre. The Juan Luna Shrine is located in Badoc, Ilocos Norte.
Faro de Punta Malabrigo, also known as the Malabrigo Lighthouse. It can provide tourists a magnificent view of the Isla Verde and bring you back in the Spanish colony era. What are you waiting for? Come and visit Lobo, Batangas with our world travel planner. Lobo attraction like Malabrigo Lighthouse can be center stage of your vacation plans. And you can find out about other attraction like it, unlike it, near it, and miles away. That's all. Thank you.
The birth site of Marcelo H. del Pilar, also known as Plaridel Shrine, is also open as itinerary for educational trips, especially for students and tourists. As of now, there is no entrance fee or other fees to be paid for this purpose and for the other activities held in the shrine.
Taal is famous for Balisong and Barong Tagalog capital of the Philippines. So if it happens that you love collections, you can find different kind of Balisong and Barong there in Taal. So what are you waiting for? Come in Taal. Thank you.
If you are looking for now is open space, culture, and heritage, we are all in Casa Real. The construction of this Casa Real is so beautiful that it is now considered an additional tourist and historical attraction that can be ranked among the famous museums around the country that can eventually provide employment and livelihood to many Pangasinans.
The Church of Tumawini is one of the best churches in Luzon. It can be very best example for everyone's wedding. Because I believe in saying this to your partner in front of the church, from this day, for better or worse, in sickness and health, to love and cherish, from this day forward until death do us apart. And with this, it melts your heart in warmth. So what are you waiting for? Come visit Church Tumawini to know more. Thank you!
Why we should visit Mount Samat? Samat, where you can find the Mount Samat National Shrine, or what is popularly known as the Dambana ng Kagitingan, or Shrine of Valor. This shrine was built to commemorate and honor the fallen soldiers, both Filipino and American, who battled the Japanese forces during World War II. That's all. Thank you.